Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Buh, buh, buh. What's good, what's good, what's good? What's good, what's good, what's good? What's good, what's good, what's good? It's been a minute, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. We running. And now we're back, baby. Back in here, you already know what it is. Now, today, we got a one-of-a-kind stream for you. Because this ain't just going to be anything. Just like any other stream. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind stream. Because today, we got a slideshow for you. And not just any slideshow. But my slideshow. Vice's slideshow. Now, we're going to be talking about plenty of different things. New year, new me, am I right? More like new year, new regime. Ha 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 ha. Can we get rid of mental illness on the left? Reason I say that. I mean, do I really need a reason? Everything we've been seeing in the past. Jesus Christ. It's been bad out here, folks. It's been bad out here. Okay? It has not been good. It has not been good for ICE. Our people of the water, our people of the solid water, of the cold water. It has not been good for our guys. And we need to stand up. We need to get ICE back in power. We need to get them to round them up. Round up all of these darn... All right. Since this is YouTube, we need to tread lightly. But I'm telling you right now, let ICE do their job, goddammit. We're going to talk about it all today. Here are the topics. If I can, topics of the week. We're going to talk about the Somali takeover. We're also going to talk about the CCP Twitter takeover. There's been a lot, and I mean a lot, of CCP Twitters going on. I see so much propaganda for China. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, you ever see those reels of, like, Speed? Like, I show Speed. He's, like, all in China. He's like, this is China, guys. And then, like, you look in the comments, and it's just all these China shills. And then you see, like, their account data, and it's, like, made, like, 5 months ago, 3 months ago. And then their whole shit is just defending China or just, like, shilling for China in that specific YouTube video. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird how these CCP bots work. Anyway, we're going to be doing To Be Honest and ratings. I don't know if you're familiar with To Be Honest and ratings. Back in 2015, 2014, this was the shit. This was the shit we would do. Listen, we're going to be telling our kids, like, hey, we were goons. Back then, we were doing fucking To Be Honest and ratings. We were rating our own classmates and saying, like, haha, 5 out of 10. You know, you got to look smacks. You got to, you know. We were literally, the black pill was literally right in front of our face. It was right there. We had literally To Be Honest and ratings. We had people rating each other, talking about, you're cool. Bro, like, this is the shit I'm talking about. This is the black pill right in front of your face, just being thrown at you. We have literal people, literal middle schoolers that were doing fucking To Be Honest and ratings. Like, oh, you're 8 out of 10. Don't be a stranger. Don't be a stranger. Oh, man. So bad. So dumb. Anyway, we're also going to have a comprehensive guide to quitting cannabis because I'm not just a degenerate. We actually get stuff done here. And, sometimes you go on and off. Sometimes, you smoke it every now and then. But we're not here to, shame everybody about, oh, you got to quit and you got to, never do it again. Listen, with addiction, you would rather think about it and despise it than forget about it and cruise. It's like with any other addiction, you have to think about it consciously and you have to attack little by little, chip away at it little by little. But I'm going to show you how to change your life and how to get that done. Next, after we improve ourselves a little bit, let's be back to degenerates, doing our Kalshi and stock picks, doing our UFC 324 picks. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to be making money. We're going to be making moolah. We're going to be making like the Somalians and getting this bread. All right? All right? So, for our first topic, listen, they were justified. They were justified in ramming her shit. Listen, son, I don't care what you say. Renee Good, she deserved it. I'm sorry. She deserved it. I'm sorry. It's time to put this back on. Ugh. Anyway. So, Renee Good. Yeah, why do people try and justify this? Like, it is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, she made the conscious decision to step on the pedal as the ICE officer was right there. Like, are you kidding me? Are we shitting me right now? And we're supposed to, like, defend this woman. But it's like, I can't. She lived states away, and she went to Minnesota to go to an ICE raid and to impede. Like, can we get this in our heads for a second? Can we get this in our heads for a second? Just for 1 second. Like, I'm being so serious. Alright, the shiesties off, mask off moment. I'm sorry. But anybody who tries to defend this woman, I mean, give ICE the dub here. Just to see. Just let them do their thing. It was worse. It was worse when Obama was here. It was worse when Obama was in office. So why are we sitting here and pretending like, we need to stop ICE and we need to stop all these immigrants from getting deported? No, not really. We don't need to stop it. We don't need to stop any of it. And if I get deported, oh well, let me get deported. I don't care. I'll learn English. I'll learn the Mojo Jojo. I'll learn how to, do my thing. I'll learn how to flip some tortillas. I'll adapt in Mexico and then I'll come back. I'll be back. Right? Like, I know fluent English. I know how to, I know some good vernacular. I know how to talk my way into things, right? And I know I'll be able to talk my way back into the United States. Oh, rizz up the flight attendant, like something like that, right? Anyway, what the fuck was I even talking about? Well, listen. All I'm saying is, let ICE do their job. And unfortunately, it's gotten to a point. Where, and I said this jokingly to my mom. I said, what if I try and apply for ICE? And she was dead serious trying to tell me, oh, that they're gonna come after you if you apply there, and you join them, then they're gonna deport you. She tried to be so serious, saying that, oh, I'm gonna get deported if I work for ICE, and all the beaners working for ICE are gonna get deported too eventually. Like, you get how brainwashed people are nowadays? Do you understand? You need to understand just how brainwashed everybody is nowadays. I'm being so serious. Never in my life have I witnessed brainwashing to this magnitude, where people are seriously thinking that the beaners who are working for ICE are also going to get deported once everything's all said and done. You think they're just going to turn on their homies? They're going to turn on all the beaners. Well, once we've rounded them up, they're going to look into the crowd of ICE members and they're going to say, all right, which one of you are brown? Put you, put your hands up. Put the gun down. You're brown. Show me your papers. No. Don't even put your hands in your pocket. Nope. Show me your papers. Fucking Beaner goes to reach for his papers, but he's like putting his hands in his pocket. Don't reach for your pocket. Don't reach for your pocket. Don't reach for your gun. He's still trying to like reach for his papers, and they're like giving him conflicting instructions. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Like, you think we're just going to get absolutely obliterated once it's all said and done? Once all the beaners are rounded up, whoosh. Now they're going to look into the crowd of ICE officers, ICE agents. They're going to say, all right, which one of you are brown? Like, are you kidding me? Are you shitting me? Oh, no. It says OBS disconnected. But this is what I'm saying, right? Are you shitting me? It is so stupid that we have to deal with anything remotely that I have to deal with my parents, my mom, saying some dumb shit like this. Are you kidding me? Anyway, let's just move forward. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, the brainwashing, but everybody has their own story. I'm sure your mom has said some dumb shit like that. I'm sure everybody's mom. And these people vote. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Anyway, did we forget the Iranian regime? I know this wasn't on the thing that we're going to talk about, but it's funny. It's funny because I also have a little Kalshi pick. Like, hey guys, could we get Khamenei out before February? Yeah, I said let the lady show off. I think we can get rid of the regime on like before February. It was like what, 18% on Kalshi. I put like $20 on it. That'd probably be like turning into 100 if our boy Trump gets him out. If our boy Trump gets Khamenei out, Oh wait, let me switch. Boom, there you go. Let's get our guy out. This was actually crazy. This fucking frame right here, like the fact that it's not AI, the fact that I literally, like, what is Trump doing, bro? Like, what is Trump doing? Like, the fact that this isn't AI, the fact that he actually went on stage and did a literal, I can't even say the word for it, bro. It's just so surreal, the fact that this even happened. But yeah, I want the Iranian regime to get out of here just before February, because the odds on that on Kalshi are pretty good. They look pretty good. So yeah, let's see that happen. Anyway, next. The CCP has taken over Twitter, guys. Listen, I suppose because China has taken the L on trying to get leverage in Venezuela, they now resort to low-quality propagandists. Now, there are many of these accounts on Twitter. I even responded to some. There's one Ace Albert 2022. The woman on the left is she's just there. I just found that funny. Newly approved Chinese apartments now include large balconies. Like, and then when I see that, I just think of this, right? Like, there are not up to 8 billion living people in this world, and a laughable and unserious belief. Apparently, there's also, people saying there is not 8 billion people in the world. The U.S. census data for literally every government is just kind of like frauded. And I kind of believe it. It is kind of believable, right? To say that, not all the numbers are real. I don't think all the numbers are real, right? But hey, we're gonna take a look at this. We're going to take a look at this little clip here, right? From a woman who also is a Chinese dissident. She claims China's population is actually under 500 million and not 1.4 billion. So let's hit this. Let's hit this bad boy.
You are ready for the number?
Yes.
At one point, I projected under 400 million.
What?
500 million. Under 500 million.
Under 500 million.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that they have a very similar population to the United States and China?
Yes. Wow. There's 1 billion people missing.
And this goes back to what we were saying in the beginning or earlier in the podcast with all of the fake IDs and all of this stuff being found out.
Yeah, there's possibly 1 billion people missing. It's not a demographic question, Danny. It's a mathematical question. Let me ask you. It takes a couple to have 2 children to replace themselves, right? Think about it.
Yes.
If every couple produces 2 children,
the population is staying level.
right? So, do you know how many children does every woman needs to have in her lifetime in order to triple its population in 50 years?
To triple its population in 50 years, you need to have what? Let me guess. I'm terrible at math.
I'll give you the answer because I asked AI. It's a crazy mathematical. If a country needs to triple or grow its population by 2.5 times, let's just say 2.5 times, over a span of 50 years,
5 kids.
Each woman, you're right. Each woman needs to give birth on average between 4.5 to 5.5 children.
That's each woman. Do you think China is pulling those numbers? Do you think baby Shmi Galore is pulling those numbers? No. Do you genuinely think China is pulling those numbers? 4 to 5 children for every woman? You know how many women are coming over to the United States and getting colonized? And you think China's pulling those numbers, 4 to 5 children every woman? Come on. Well, what do you think this is? Who do you think we are? This is America. This is the United States of America. You think we're going to be doing all those fake houses? When we build a house, it gets occupied because people want to come here. In China, they just build those little apartments, they flaunt it around, they post it on the social media, and then everybody goes back to their boring and miserable life. Let's keep the video going.
Wow.
Okay. Now, China grew its population officially from 1950. That's when the CCP took over to control. Okay, China's population in 1950 was about 500 million. In the year 2000, 50 years later, China's population was about 1.27 billion. Okay, so it grew 2.5 times, right? From 500 million to 1.27 billion. That's 2.5 times over 50 years. Chinese women did not have, on average, have 5 children because of the one-child policy.
Yes.
Because of the Great Famine because of the Great Famine. Tens of millions of people died.
I love her accent. Because of the Great Famine. Because of the Great Famine. You know, but is she not speaking facts? Is she not speaking facts? Like, the one-child rule? You think they're having 4 to 5 children? Are you kidding me? Are you... No. They're not having 4 to 5 children. There are not 1.8 billion or whatever number there is of Chinese people in the world. No, there is no such thing. There is 1 billion of them missing, and there's probably only 400 to 500 million Chinese people in existence in China. That's just cold hard facts. That's just the way it is. Made in China. If everything... Listen, I want you to stick to this general rule. Whatever you see that is being mass produced out of a country, say stuff like Shein or stuff like Temu. Everything you get from Temu is just kind of like low quality slop, no? And of course that's not like the framework we want to go with when it comes to how to judge another country's power or another country's, quality of life. But at the same time, doesn't it go to show that the quality of things that say made in China, for most things, aren't really up to snuff, up to standard when it comes to our expectations as Americans? And, I guess you could say like, oh, we're using the iPhone, we're using all these computers, we're using all these technologies that, come from China. But what I say to that is, how about we have our turn? How about we try it out a little bit and let's see what we can make. Because if we compare the automobiles, if we compare, just about everything, I think America is really setting the standard for most of that kind of stuff. But we just haven't been able to show it as much because, world reserve currency kind of limits us, for a lot of things. We can't really do much when we're the world reserve currency, but I digress. Let's keep going. We're done with this video. We're going to go back to our slides. We're going to go back to our, thing. So, anyway, China, hundreds of ghost towns, hundreds of unexplained ghost towns. Phone companies reported over 100 million are no longer in service or not used at all, without explanation. Claimed 500 million in 1950s, then somehow boomed after the CCP to 1.2 billion by 2000, which would require every woman to have 5 surviving babies on average. What? 5 surviving babies on average. Except there was a strict one-child policy for almost 4 decades, which only became the 2-child policy in 2015. Oh no, I just spoiled it. Anyway. Stop reporting COVID deaths out of shame, then secretly built mass funeral cemeteries at an alarming rate. Like, do you not understand what we're reading right here? Anyway. Let's go on to the next slide. I'm done teasing it. I'm done just, peeking through the curtain. Let's finally get it done. To be honest, and ratings of our favorites, of the GOATs, of the people who made us. Okay? Now, we are going to be rating these people from 1 to 10, and we are going to be, giving them a to be honest. And if you're not familiar with what a to be honest and a rating is, we go down the list. We go through each and every person. We go and say what we honestly think about them. And then we give them a rating from 1 to 10. Could be of their looks, could be of their overall persona. Anything's a go here. So, at our very first up, we got our boy Trump. To be honest, you're cool peoples. The way you just swooped into Venezuela was pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie. You know, not many people are able to pull that off. You know, not many people have pulled it off throughout history. But that's my president. That's my president. And a lot of people hate you, dude. But I think this is the term of redemption. I think you're setting yourself up for something major, a major rug pull you could pull on just about everybody. I think you have the power in your hands, but you know, it's just not translating into something meaningful. You need to get it up. You need to drink some coffee in the morning. You need to get a pep in your step. Do a little run, take a little honey pack, pop an Adderall, and then you'll be good to go, Trump. And then I think we'll be ready to take over the world and be the man we wanted you to be. Top Führer. But other than that, yeah. A rating. So, rating from 1 to 10, I'm gonna give you a 7.5. Ever since you got into office, it's been a lot of ups and downs. It's been a lot of, whoa, like a little roller coaster. It's like divorcing the stable, dude, and then getting back into the club life. You know what I mean? Like a woman, divorcing her husband, leaving the family, leaving the children, and then getting back and getting piped up by Tyrone Donalds, right? Something like that. We left Joe Biden and now we got Trump, and now he's over here slanging it wherever he wants and then trying to come back to us, right? That's just how it is. Man, that is so bad. That's so bad. But that's basically how it is, we had the slow guy, we had the guy who literally wasn't doing anything at all, drip feeding Israel, just drip feeding Israel. And now we have Trump in, now he's just plopping it everywhere. Boom, Venezuela. Boom, Iranian regime. Boom, Israel, and all that stuff. It's like Pakistan and India or whatever. Like, I don't even know, bro. Like, I don't even know. I don't know what this guy's doing. Ukraine and Russia. It's like he's just trying to sling his meat everywhere, and it's just it's better than nothing, I guess. Anyway, we got our guy Nick Fuentes. This stance is everything, man. This build is everything. It's like the beaner will never fade away, right? The beaner will never be able to hide. You'll never be able to hide the beaner. Okay? It's just something that's always inherent in every one of us. You catch me at a certain angle, it's just there. It's just there. I know. I get it. It's not pretty. Okay? And yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's like the way you switched up after Kirky got kirked. I mean, it was pretty obvious, but at the same time, like, I get it. I mean, everybody thinks you're fed. Like, listen, everybody in some way, some shape or form, like, is kind of like a fad. Like, won't you kind of fold if like your parents were on the line? Like, you just saw Kirk get kirked, and now you want, now you want this dude to run the revolution. Now you want this guy, this skinny fat dude who can't even stop a fucking Twinkie from entering his mouth. You think this guy is going to start the revolution and, do something about it all? I don't know. But, I mean, hey, it's a good start, right? And like I say this all the time, right? Like, it's not going to happen within our lifetime. You think utopia is going to be built in our lifetime? No, it's not. And this is a contention I have with Nick and his ideologies, right? Because he likes to assume everything can happen in our lifetime. That's not the case. Sometimes we might have to secede to Israel. Sometimes we might have to give them $1 billion here and there. They're strategic partners. I mean, it's a reality, right? In some way, some shape or form, they have helped us. They have in the past been our ally in some way, shape, or form, right? We can't lie about that. So, I get it. And we can't let low IQ anti-Semitism get in the way of reality. Reality is, after a while, you need to understand that not everything is going to be the fault of the Israelis, right? But, in Nick's case, I think it is obvious that there is some sort of coalition going on, some sort of agreement. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he's a Fed, because anybody that says Nick is a Fed just has no type of evidence, shows no proof, shows nothing. They show nothing, okay? They show no evidence, they show no papers, they show nothing. Nothing to prove you as a Fed. And, yeah, I mean, the way he just switched up, though, like, endorsing Trump after, Venezuela and doing all that regime change and stuff like that, it was kind of obvious. Okay? But at the same time, I get where Nick's coming from. Not everybody's going to agree with what happened in Venezuela. Not everybody's going to agree with, Trump's actions, Trump's plan of action, and, Nick's take on Epstein and all that stuff. Listen, I get it. But we have to understand, slowly but surely, and Nick has said this before, many people have said this before, we have to infiltrate in some sort of way. We have to at least camouflage, disguise, get ourselves into these facilities, get ourselves into the Masonic temples, get ourselves into these groups, these high profile groups, so we can have leverage. We have no leverage if we have no name. We have no leverage if we have no power. We can't change the world with no power. We can always just tweet shit out. We can always just say things online and, post all these clips. But when are we ever going to actually do something? We have James Fishback running for governor. We have, the one motherfucker in Ohio, I forget. But we have people. We have America first. We have the idea. It's floating around. The contagion is going. This is an ideology. This is a movement. And when that movement starts growing legs and starts running, then it's going to be hard to stop it. So we need to keep the movements alive, and we need to make sure that everybody who represents the movement and everybody who genuinely puts forth an effort to represent the movement gets propped up and gets consolidation of power in some sort of way. So, to be honest, Nick, I get it. I get how a lot of the things that he's doing right now is just an IQ filter out all the fake fans, filter out all the people who might be dissidents in the future, because most people will be dissidents. Most people are not going to agree with everything he says, but you need to have a certain level of IQ to kind of understand where he's coming from. Sure, when he says like, oh, Epstein and they weren't technically pedophiles. Like, when he says shit like that, it's just IQ filtering out the fake fans, or the people who genuinely don't believe the ideology, right? And I get it. I get it. It's a bad look. It's a bad look for your boy, but it's a necessary evil. Some things are necessary evils, so we can filter out the people who are genuinely going to be dissidents in the future. And because of that, we need to have a good idea of who will actually be loyal to the cause. And those who will be loyal to the cause are the ones who will actually make the change in the future, not the ones who will be a dissident just because, oh, you said this and it hurt my feelings. Yeah, like, you shitting me? People like that are never going to make it. They will never make it. All right. Next. Renee Good. Renee. Let me take off this damn shiesty real quick. Renee Good. Sweetheart. Why were you at that fucking protest? Why were you at that protest? Please, can somebody answer this question? Why was she at the protest? Why? Somebody, please. I need answers. I need answers. Because nothing makes sense. Okay? This woman, to be honest, and I didn't even give Nick his rating. Alright, Nick, you get a rating of 8. And to be honest, the way you switched up on Trump is kind of cringe. Have some consistency going forward, please. But hey, I'm glad you're back on the Trump train now. I've told people this plenty of times. Don't regret your vote. Why are you gonna regret your vote for? Slow progress is progress. It definitely would have been a lot worse under Kamala. I'm telling you right now, it would have been 10 times worse. I'm sorry, nobody likes to hear that argument, but it's just the reality. If this is what's been going on right now, imagine. Okay? So, that's all I gotta say. Renee Good, the way you got one tapped like that was kind of cringe. The way you left behind children was kind of cringe as well. The way your girl said "drive, baby, drive" was mega cringe. And to be honest, kind of wish you didn't do that. But George Floyd, she strikes. And yeah, this is what happens, I guess. Just look at those eyes. You hate to see it. There's nothing behind those two pearly whites. It's just brain rot. And this is what I mean, people really are brainwashed to believe this woman did something honorable or noble or something similar to that, right? She did nothing. She gave an ICE officer PTSD, maybe. Or they just radicalized him more. Who knows? Who cares? Round them up. Get them all out of here. Even the protesters. One tap them all if you need to. Who cares? This is done. We're done. Just get them all out of here. I don't know why we even tolerate any of this. I might join ICE myself. Listen, I want to prove to every single person that It's not as bad as it seems. We just need to get them out of here, please. That's all we gotta do. Listen, I say slow progress is progress because we need to make progress in some sort of way. There are people in Kensington, there are people in, there are homeless veterans that need all this shelter, that need many different things. And we can't provide anything to the people of the United States, to the people who actually paved the way for this country to flourish. We don't have any outlet for them to, get some sort of support, get some sort of help. But for immigrants, for illegals, we have everything. We have voting rights, we have IDs, we have Uber, we have Lyft, we have all these subsidies for them. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But what can I do? What can I do? I'm just a lone man. Right? Anyway. We're going to go to our next, to be honest. To be honest, Renee Good. The way you got one tapped, kind of cringe. I'll give you a rating of 3.5. Alrighty. Next, we got our boy Chris Hansen. Let's go. Now, my boy Chris Hansen has some shit to say. Okay? My guy says every single time he sets up a sting to catch pedophiles, it's an illegal. It seems today, and these are quotes from him, we're going to play the actual video. Let's get to it, baby. Let's get to it.
Increase in illegal. We have seen an increase in illegal immigrants being caught in our stings across the country. And it seems today that we can't do a sting, whether we're in the South or the Midwest or West Coast or East Coast, without catching somebody who's in this country illegally. We have seen
literally Chris Hansen saying it from the horse's mouth, from the mouth of the main character, the original person who started it all, saying we can't do raids anymore because all of them are illegals. Are you kidding me? Are you shitting me right now? The guy who did it first. This was the guy who did it first, Chris Hansen. And he's saying that you can't do a predator sting anymore because if you do, 9 times out of 10, you're going to catch an illegal. Are you shitting me? This is what we're dealing with nowadays. So those guys who are on your Snapchat, who are quick adding your daughter, who are doing all this dumb shit, who are playing Roblox, having the Roblox bots, trying to text your children. They're probably illegal. And I'm sorry. But this is just how it is. This is unfortunately what life is like. And I can't do anything about it. Just take it from the word of Chris Hansen. This is real life. But what are you going to do? Anyway, next, to be honest, we're going with, this group of young gentlemen. This group of young gentlemen here. Well, anyway, to be honest, Chris Hansen, you're cool peoples. You were the one who originally started the predator stings, and you're the OG. Mad respect to Chris, to Big Chris H. All right, mad respect to Big Chris H. I'll give you a 9.5. Nobody gets a proper 10 here. I'll give you a 9.5. I'll pick you guy. All right. Anyway, now we got Now we got this group of gentlemen here that just hit the club. You know, they got back from the club and now, you know, got back from, you know, take a little snorts of the Venezuelan hoo-ha. All right. And now I made this tweet also. I said, it's crazy how the most influential figure here is the shortest of the bunch. It really says something. And, yeah, I mean, all these guys are just around like the same height, you know, and then there's our boy Nick F. And shortest of the bunch, but he's the one pulling like what, 20K, 30K every stream, live viewers. This is real life, man. This is real life. This is real life Julius Caesar in the making. This is real life Alexander the Great. I mean, and that's kind of glazing, but at the same time, like, look at this. Look at this photo. Like, these are all kind of losers, you know, like, they all kind of fell off. Like, Tate, what? Lost to Chase some more, lost all of his aura. Myron, you know, his fucking co-host is fresh. Got a Asian girl potentially pregnant. Asian hooker potentially pregnant. That was such a big aura loss. Tristan Tate, he just associates with the guy who lost to Chase some more. I mean, yeah, I mean, you might want to try and get that get back for your brother, but who knows? You're just about as washed as he is, so. Yeah, Sneeko, I mean, Sneeko is just a walking aura loss farm. Like, literally, every single thing Sneeko does is just aura loss, aura loss, aura loss, aura loss. Jay Waller, I mean, this guy fell off the face of the planet Earth and just, like, never came back again. I guess he just started focusing on his, you know, construction company, which is based, honestly. That's a lot better than doing anything that these guys are doing right now, except Nick. I mean, Nick's, you know, leading some kind of movement at least. Clavicular, he's young. He has a lot to learn. Yeah, I mean, that's all I gotta say. He has lots to learn. There's plenty for Clavicular to learn. It's not really, he's young, he's base. He might be the one to lead the movement if he becomes a bit more knowledgeable, becomes a bit less autistic on looks maxing, but I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. So, anyway, what can you do? It's not really much to say. To be honest, Andrew Tate, you're bald, very bald, and I want to smack the head of yours. Myron, you're cool peoples. Tate gets like a 5.5. Myron, you're awkward. Chill out on those, you know, streams where you debate people in real life. Like, chill out on those, man. You might just get kirked yourself if you keep doing that. Just chill out on those. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, obviously. I'm actually a fan of the debates. But just, like, chill out, bro. Please. Like, there are some crazy people out there who just, like, are ready to crash out at the most simplest of rage bait. Chill out. Tristan Tate, spin back for your bro. What are you doing? Tristan, spin back for your bro. What are you doing? Get to Chase the Moore, knock his head off, and then spin back. You know, like, I don't get what Tristan's doing. You know, watching his bro just gas out in the cage, and aren't you his younger bro? You should be less washed than Tate. You should be more, you know, polished up. I mean, I guess all those drinks, all those Red Bulls, they catch up to you, but what can you do? I mean, other than, you know, get your cardio up, get your weight up, do whatever you gotta do, spin back, okay? Sneeko, you're cool and all, but the way Xena just about like run your life for like a year of your lifetime. Those who know, if you know, you know. The way that bitch just ran your whole shit was pretty cringe. So, yeah. Jay Waller. Yeah, go back to construction, dude. I don't know what you're doing. You just look like you're out of place here, man. Clavicular. Listen, bro. Start reading some books. Start getting your weight up. Start, don't be so much of a twink. Yeah. Let's get this bag. Anyway, next slide. Here we are. Comprehensive guide to quitting cannabis. So we're going to watch this first. It's Instagram reel. I get it. Don't roast me. It's an Instagram reel, but it's true. This is true. Come on. It's true. All right, let's go with the audio on.
Hey, yo, rise and shine, baby. Are we going backward today or papers? You know what? I'm gonna skip that today. Thanks for the offer, though. Okay. No wake and bake today. No problem. Well, you gotta find some way to relax, bro, so... I got you. Hey, appreciate you. I think I'm gonna go eat. The gig is up. We all know you need a little hit of meat. Alright, here you go. Sugary cereal, cookies for breakfast. Greek yogurt, high in protein. Great way to start the day. Hey, that's fine and dandy, bro. But you know you're not gonna go wash that bowl. Here, bro. Scroll up. You gotta get that parlay in, too. This guy refuses to let me in. I gotta find a way inside his head somehow. I'm done! Stick with it, okay? You got another hour in you. I'm here. You can monetize right here. Listen, brother. It might take a few years, but I'm here. I'm here through it all. Pain is progress. And we got 20 more in there. Feel it. Feel it, baby. What a day. Hey, you're way more chill and you're working for me. Not against me, bro. Thank you. If you're not gonna give me what I want, I really got no choice, bro, to be honest. Trying to smoke? Alright. Nah, I'm playing. Hey.
Now, that reel is a masterpiece. I'm going to tell you right now, that reel is a masterpiece. All right? Because it's literally how dopamine works. And unfortunately, you got to present it in a cringe way that a lot of people will understand. And that's through an Instagram reel of, some kid just like representing it in some sort of way. Right? Anyway. So, dopamine, in a sense, can be your worst enemy or your best friend. And it is up to you, the individual, to decide whether or not you want it to be either or. So I'm going to show you how to get dopamine to be your bestest of friend. To be able to take control of your life through dopamine, through means of which you never knew existed. Okay? And this is the comprehensive guide to quitting cannabis. So, you want to quit smoking? Here's how, bud. Focus on discipline instead of how many days you can go without. Dopamine control is essential. I used to say, replace your vice with another vice. But, it's not really up to snuff anymore. I think replacing your vice with another vice is just means to rotate back, let the cycle keep going in a different way that, is still detrimental. So I came up with a new solution. I used to say, replace your vice, replace the cannabis with something like nicotine pouches or prawn. But my updated answer will ultimately change your life. And what that updated answer is, it's just raw dog, right? 10 minutes, 3 sets a day, stare at the wall, and raw dog. It's literally all I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to do anything special. I'm not asking you to do anything crazy. I'm asking you to just stare at the wall and be alone with your thoughts. 10 minutes, 3 times a day. And that will help you quit smoking weed, right? I'm not here to give you a plan on when you should be able to stop, what day, by this week, by next week, you should be not hitting it anymore. You won't have any cravings, this and that. Because to be honest, you're going to have cravings all the damn time. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to take control of your life, if you want to have some semblance of control, then you need to understand what it is, what it's going to take. And dopamine, the way dopamine works. Here, Let's go to the next slide. The way dopamine works. You need to seek out boring stuff. Stop flooding your brain with dopamine. And I made this comprehensive list of things you might be doing that absolutely kills your dopamine receptor sensitivity. Now, music, scrolling, video games, junk food, sugary food, hanging with friends, massages, YouTube, TV, alcohol, caffeine, hot showers, literally anything that feels good gives you dopamine. So each and every one of those things, stop doing. Seek out the most boring thing you can do. All right? Find out what you want to be and make it non-negotiable. Do you want to be elite? Do you crave success in any endeavor of your choosing? What pushes you to wake up, and are you even serious about it? What do you see other people having that you wish you had? Family, consistency, answers. Nothing comes from frying your brain with dopamine. Dopamine deprivation is what makes working so hard for the dopamine worth it. Okay? So, lists of things you can do to replace bad dopamine. And I won't list vices. What I will list is boring, unsexy answers to your problems. Now, you will need to be prepared to face dread, emotional instability, and a sense of impending doom. These are called withdrawals. And now for the list. These are things you can do to have negative dopamine, to have dopamine that works for you. Because dopamine works like this, right? You do the boring thing, and then the thing that's semi-fun, semi-boring, like cleaning up your room. Let's say you do something that sucks. You go on a run, and that shit really sucks. And now you take a shower. You don't make it too hot, but like you make it like sort of cold. And a cold shower, then that feels good, right? Doesn't a cold shower suck after, you just like do nothing and you're finished scrolling and then you take a cold shower? You don't want to take a cold shower after you finish scrolling, but when you take a cold shower after you go on a run, you're sweating, you're hot. Then it gives you dopamine. It works like that. You do something that sucks, and then the thing that sucks a little bit less actually feels good. You go ahead, you go out there, you push some weights, and then you wash your dishes while watching a YouTube video, and then that feels 10 times more fun than literally anything else. You deprive yourself of the junk food, you deprive yourself of sugary food, and then all of a sudden, that chicken breast and broccoli seems fucking fantastic. Right? Right? Right, like, am I not speaking facts? Am I not speaking facts here? Okay? If you want to be like the distinguished gentlemen to the right, who are dapper, fresh, are out here making moves, right? Right? You need to be on the dopamine control. You need to be doing the regimen, baby. You need to be getting things done. You need to not be unprepared. You need to be locked in, and you can't be locked in if you are not taking control of what is giving you dopamine. How much music you're listening to, how often you're sitting there and staring at a wall so you can figure out what you want to do in life and how you're gonna get there. It'll ultimately give you so much dopamine just sitting there thinking about how you're going to make it, your next game plan, the next plan to go ahead and make this bag. Because that's what we need today. We need bag chasers. We need people who will make shit happen. And nobody's going to make nothing happen if the dopamine's not there. If you don't get dopamine from, all these different things, you're not going to make things happen. And you can't get dopamine from, the thought of making this bag if all you're doing is scrolling Instagram and pretending as if you had the bag in the first place, seeing all these reels and whatnot about, drop shipping, and watching these tutorials and watching these entertainment videos about the business you're trying to make. It's not going to work. You have to put in the work. Okay? Okay? You have to put in the work, baby. All right. But, here's the list. Wash dishes, clean your room, exercise, go on a run, walk, read a book, find a hobby, a business plan to work on, make high-protein recipes, eat whole foods, nothing processed or fast foods, start social media or personal brand. Ultimately, produce something. Stop sitting in your room all day. I'm not trying to sit in my room all day scrolling reels, doing jack shit. I'm going to be out here. I'm going to be making content. I'm going to be trying to do something on my free time, because when I work 12 hours a day, when I work 12 hours and I have to go there and make fucking $25 an hour, I'm thinking to myself, I need this bag. I deserve more. And I don't care if people think I'm spoiled. I deserve more. I am going to produce, and I am going to make people's lives better so they pay me. Nobody does anything for anything else. Nobody's trying to improve your life because they don't want to get paid. Unless they're your friend. Unless they're like your homie. But nobody's trying to do shit for free. And neither are you. You don't want to do shit for free. Unless you're a communist, I guess. But even then, communists are just LARPers. They just pretend as if they're going to do everything for free. But then when it comes to being your turn, when it comes to having your turn for having some shit given to you, that's when they say, oh, you gotta help out, dude. Anyway, I decide when I want to produce. I decide whether or not I'm going to make it. And because I accept that reality, I need to produce as much as I believe I can do. I need to go work out after my 12-hour shift. I need to not just work out, but I need to also go ahead and stream. I need to go and make these videos. I need to make some shorts. I need to produce something. I need to help people out. There's people out there who are constantly smoking their life away, who could produce something crazy, who could cure cancer, who could do all these amazing things. Except, guess what? They're busy smoking their life away. They're busy using ChatGPT. They're busy doing nothing. And this is a reality. This is the world we live in. But if I can just spark the change in one person and tell them to control their dopamine and give them a way out, then I hope I am able to do that very thing and change somebody's life and stray them away from that path that is going to ultimately lead in them being unsatisfied and dying in a way that makes them feel like the victim, that makes them feel like the world is the problem and they couldn't do anything about it and they're just a poor victim to society. No. You don't have to be. You don't have to be a victim to society. And that's all it's about. Anyway, next slide. Back to the dopamine. Hey. So, we got our Kalshi picks. We got our UFC picks. You already know what it's about, baby. We got UFC 324. Oh, man, January 24, we got it in 4 days, baby. Patty the Batty. Now, we got Patty Pimblett. All right. But let's go into the actual, UFC line. Let's go into the actual lineup here. All right. We got our main card. Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes. No. Why did it get canceled? Come on. the one women's fight that would have actually been entertaining to some extent, I had Kayla Harrison. I think Kayla Harrison, she's not washed. Amanda Nunes is washed. That's why she canceled it. She's washed, okay? She got injured. You don't get injured unless you're absolutely washed, unless you haven't trained in so long, okay? Anyway. Arnold Allen, please. Arnold Allen, please. Arnold Allen, win. Please, Arnold Allen, please. Arnold Allen, please. Arnold Allen, please. Please, please, please. Arnold Allen, Arnold Allen, Arnold Allen, please. Please, please, win, please. Please, 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 please. Arnold Allen. Please get this filthy Zionist. Please. Please. Alright, Anyway, so Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. I think from that you could probably tell who I'm rooting for. There's no secret about it. Arnold Allen, please win. Please win, Arnold Allen. I know you're gonna get slimed out. And I'm not gonna blame you for it. I'm not gonna blame you for getting slimed out, but please. Please, Arnold Allen. I'm begging you. Let a miracle happen. Let something happen where Arnold Allen pulls through. Arnold Allen's a dog. And we need the dog to make it. Please, I got Arnold Allen by KO or submission. I need Arnold Allen to pull through. Okay? Okay? I need this to happen. I need this. Okay, I need this. I don't care about your analysis. I don't care. Gene Silva, I know. Knockout power. He's going to slime him. I get it. But I still believe. If you believe in our true savior, then Arnold Allen pulls through. Gene Silva, he falls off. He never makes it back into the top 10 ever again, and we all forget he even existed. And he becomes a what if, and he just becomes an Instagram post every 2 years about what if he, very, very high potential, a what if superstar, and then that's all we hear about him. Okay? That's the timeline I want to live in. That's the timeline that needs to happen. Okay? I need Gene Silva to take this out. I need Arnold Allen to win. Please. I got Arnold Allen by KO or submission. I got this, okay? Arnold Allen by KO or sub. Easy pick. Next, Natalia Silva. Easy peasy. Do I really have to explain? Natalia, she's beating this bald-headed fuck. Okay? That's all I have to say. Cortez Acosta. No. I don't know how this fight's going to go. I want to pick Derek Lewis, but I will just say fight ends by KO. Somebody gets the KO, that's it. That's all. Somebody gets the KO, okay? That's all we need to know. But I pray to God, Derek Lewis wins. I know. Everybody loves Walter Cortez Acosta, but I pray Derek Lewis represent. Boom, boom, America. We need Derek Lewis to get back up there. Lewis versus Aspinall. Derek Lewis versus Aspinall. White House card. That would be banger. Banger alert. Come on. That would be banger. But it's just a fun matchup. It's not anything serious. I know Derek Lewis would actually get slimed, smoked, obliterated by Tom Aspinall. So yeah. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. I am going Sean O'Malley. We need O'Malley back. We need O'Schmelly back. Listen, I lost a lot of respect for O'Malley because of the one thing with his daughter, and he was talking about prawn with her on his lap, and that was kind of cringe. I'm not gonna lie, like O'Malley, that was kind of cringe. Why you do that, O'Malley? Why? Like, listen, this is what losing to Marab does to you. Okay, this is what losing to Marab does to you. You lose to Marab, then all of a sudden, you see all the OnlyFans chicks he's with, and then you have your daughter on your lap, and then some guy asks you, what would you do if you're going to go blind tomorrow? And then you think about Marab and how he's with all these OnlyFans chicks, and then you think of porn. I guess, bro. Anyway, unfortunately, I'm picking this dude. Unfortunately, I just have to. Song ya dong, ya dong, ya ding dong, whatever. Song's not winning. I'm sorry. But if you want to play it safe, at least bet somebody, getting done up by knockout. Somebody going out by knockout. That's how I think this fight's gonna end. Somebody's going to get knocked the fuck out, and that's okay. That's cool. It's whatever. Yeah, so ultimately we got, Arnold Allen, Gene Silva, Arnold Allen by KO or sub. Then we got Natalia Silva, Rose Namajunas. Natalia Silva by decision. Waller Cortez Costa, Derek Lewis. Either of them winning by KO. Sean O'Malley, Song Yadong, either of them winning by KO. Or it could be by decision. KO or decision. We could do that. And then Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. I'm thinking Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett by sub. Boom. That's what we're going with. Because Justin Gaethje... Gaethje's washed, guys. Gaethje's washed. I'm sorry. But whatever. I just have to say it. Prelims. Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson. Easy. Charles Johnson. Modestas Bukauskas versus Nikita Krylov. Bukauskas. Easy Bukauskas. Ateba Gautier versus Poyev. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Figueiredo. Umar. But it's going to be close. Watch out. This is going to be a sleeper. Live betting might go crazy on this. Figueiredo versus Nurmagomedov. But that's all I'm going to say. Decision. It's going to go to decision. Okay? Decision. Early prelims. Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. Let me get Hernandez. Hernandez is a dog. What he did to Chase. Who does that to Chase Hooper? Josh Hawkett versus Denzel Freeman. Denzel Curry, Denzel Freeman, Morgan Freeman, Denzel Curry. Who cares, bro? Josh Hawkett by KO. Ricky Turquios versus Cameron Smotherman. This is a close one. This is a close one, folks. I don't know. I want to go Smotherman. But Ricky's a dog, though. I'm gonna go Ricky. Ricky, what you doing, Ricky? Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky. All right. Adam Fugit versus Ty Miller. I've never seen Ty Miller in action. Adam Fugit, wasn't he on Contender Series or something? I don't know. Let me check. I'm pretty sure last time I saw him he was on Contender Series. No. Fighting Dulatov. Oh yeah, Dulatov slimed his shit. Yeah, Dulatov slimed his shit. Anyway, I don't know. He might get slimed. This might be a layup for Adam Fugit, but Ty Miller is 6-0. I feel like he might pull it off. And then we got our Kalshi picks, guys. This is a fun part. We're getting into some fun parts of the stream, alright? So, for our Kalshi picks, baby. Here we go. Yes, I'm a Republican. It might not look like it. I'm sorry. It's just I put my money where I believe things are gonna go, and I believe it's just going to be a wipeout this year. Midterms are gonna be absolutely wiping us out. Democratic Party is going to wipe our shit with the way things are going. I'm sorry. Now, like I said, I'm going to vote Republican. A lot of the times I vote Republican. I'm not going to vote Democrat for most of these things, but locally I won't vote Democrat. But what can you do when the landscape is just showing you a lot of different things? So, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm just, And also, Tim Walz out as governor of Minnesota before 2027. That's just a given. Are we gonna be stupid here? Things just happen, guys, and the thing will just happen eventually. So Tim Walz, I think he's gonna get out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here before 2027. He doesn't need to be out of here. Or he doesn't need to be here. He's probably gonna drop out or something like that. He's just gonna leave. He's just gonna be out of here. Anyway, James Fishback. This is my guy right here, James Fishy. James Fishy, man. Listen, James Fishback. His marketing goes crazy. If you scroll on Instagram Reels, you've probably at least seen one reel from James Fishback. And if you don't know James Fishback, he is the one person who's also leading in the America First movement. And he's actually running for governor. Screw Byron Donalds. He's Trump endorsed. And what, you think somebody who's Trump endorsed, is that really a good thing? When it comes to running for governor, do you think that's a good thing if you're Trump endorsed? I don't know. Me personally, I don't know. I don't think so, buddy. Anyway, I think James Fishback got this shit in the bag. Okay? I think he got it in the bag. So, this is my guy right here. This is my guy, James Fishyback. I put in $50. That shit's gonna turn into almost $300 if James Fishback wins. So if James Fishback wins, we got until 2027. We got until September or whatever. No, November. We got until next November. We got a couple months. We got a good amount of time. So, let's get it, baby. Let's run these numbers up. Let's keep pushing out them reels, James Fishy, man. And you got my vote. If I lived in Florida, you would have gotten my vote. Give it a round of applause for James Fishback. He's really trying to do something for the movement. He's really trying to do something out here. Unlike some people who just sit at their desk all day, yapping about, oh, don't vote for Trump. Don't do all this. Don't vote for Trump. He's just another Israel show. Look at his cabinet. No. Come on, bro. When life gives you lemons, make some goddamn lemonade. All right? All right, when life gives you lemons, make some lemonade, baby. Anyway, Powell is easily going to say quantitative easing in his next conference. So if he doesn't increase or drop the fucking interest rates by 0.25 basis points, then most likely he's going to say quantitative easing or something like that. I don't know. Who cares? Whatever. It was only like what, $5 that I put on it. Whatever. Okay, who cares? Stock picks. Let's go, baby. Stock picks. These are my stock picks. These are the ones that have been printing for me. All right. These are the ones that are printing. So, SLV. You might be a little too late on this because it's already up like 100. Oh my god, it is up crazy. Silver is just up ridiculous, okay? Rivian. Rivian's that shit. Rivian is what you want to get invested into, okay? Rivian is just, Tesla number 2, but it's gonna be better. It's gonna make waves. I want you to look at the market cap of Tesla. I want you to look at just how much Tesla is worth, and then compare it to Rivian. Do you not think Rivian can at some point hit, 500 billion market cap, a trillion market cap? I know Tesla has a bunch of subsidiaries. Tesla has a bunch of different businesses they're investing into, and that's why their market cap is so high. But listen. As life goes on, as people expand, as things move faster, money circulates. And sooner or later, that money's going to circulate back to Rivian. And it's going to go in our pockets. Mark my word. Alright? Bitcoin. Bitcoin's that shit. Bitcoin is that shit. Alright? Let me check the audio. Huh. We got until 2027. We got until September or whatever. No, November. We got until next November. We got a couple months. We got a good amount of time. So, don't you know? Let's get it, baby. Do desk all day. Yapping and... Alrighty. Stream's going good. Everything's going great. Boom. Now, Bitcoin... It's obvious. Bitcoin's fantastic. If you're not investing into Bitcoin, you're just a boomer, okay? SPY, obviously SPY. You want to have some stake into literally everything, so might as well just have the classic SPY. Anyway. Now. Into Bitcoin. Now that's just it. Now just hold everything. I don't care what you do. Silver is the next best thing. Silver is going to go up to $1,000 an ounce. And I'm telling you right now. These two coins right here. These two silver coins. These are just ounce coins. These are $90 a piece. Almost $100 a piece now. You ever see those Tracks NYC videos of him just handing out like silver bars? Sometimes he would hand out a kilogram bar. He used to say, oh, they're $800 a piece. You know what a kilogram bar is now of silver? They're 3 bands a piece, $3,000 a piece. Are you shitting me? They used to be $800 a piece. Silver. I'm talking about silver. Silver coins. These bad boys. $80 a piece now. These literally says right here, $1. These are the equivalent of $1. If it could focus. But these silver coins, they used to be $1. They used to represent $1, $1. Now they're $90 each a piece. Do you not understand? Now, first off, it kind of goes to show inflation and whatnot, but at the same time, does it not give you an idea of just how valuable precious metals are? Just how valuable physical, tangible things are. Now, I get it. I have Bitcoin here, but at the same time, you have to understand. These store value. Bitcoin stores value as well. Bitcoin is not an asset. It's not something that we all speculate on. It's a store of value. Okay? And these might be a little bit harder to transport than it could, a Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was backed by silver or gold, imagine. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Things in the future are looking crazy, okay? When it comes to currency, when it comes to literally everything, when it comes to the way the world works, things are going to change so fast. So fast. All right. Next. Yeah, we did our UFC picks. We all know what's going on. We all know what I'm thinking. All right. So, yeah, but this is genuinely me after 6 weeks of no UFC. I was just going crazy. I was not having it. Wanted to die. Nearly died. I mean, I was over here taking antibiotics for like H. pylori. That's why I say, you gotta quit weed, man, because it's a real thing. It's all these little things that happen, health issues and shit like that. Yeah, they're real, baby. They're real. And that's it. And that's the stream, guys. That's the stream. So, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope everybody who tuned in enjoyed the stream, enjoyed themselves, had a bit of a laugh, had a bit of a giggle. Because I don't get to do these often. I don't have the liberties. I work a 12-hour shift. I do a job, okay? I am a sovereign citizen of the United States. I am just a man who does what he needs to do to provide for his family, okay? And, it's tough out here. It's tough being a guy. It's tough, trying to provide for those you love. Trying to do everything you can in your power to have the necessary tools to protect the people around you. And you don't really get time to your hobbies like that when you're doing all that stuff. So it's always nice to do a little stream, talk my shit, say dumb shit, and just let it all out. Let it all out. I have all this energy for a reason, So yeah, thanks to everybody who tuned in. I try and stream every week. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. To people who are watching the VOD, I appreciate you. Make sure you follow, subscribe, have the notifications on so you don't miss a stream. Just have the notifications on. Do not miss a stream. Please, I need more viewers in here. I need the super chats. I need things to start going, baby. And eventually things will get even crazier. Things will get even more fun. So, if you enjoyed, I appreciate you. Have a good one. Vice Vestra out.